What's up, you guys? It's Crisping here. I hope everything is well. I'm a little bit torn about the subject of public speaking, which is the subject of this video. On the one hand, I absolutely love the attention and I feel empowered every time I get off stage. The rush I get from knowing that a bunch of people just listened to what I had to say, little insignificant me. Well, okay, not so little. I'm a big guy. But you get the point. On the other hand, I am terrified. What if people will not like what I have to say? What if people will throw stuff at me in disagreement with whatever I have to say? Because of this constant fear and anxiety, I for many years chose to stay silent in certain areas of my life. I was afraid to sound stupid, afraid to sound pretentious, or afraid to just sound at all. Something that always inspired me was watching videos of people who could talk with that what seemed to be no fear of rejection. People on YouTube talking about video games without the fear of being called a nerd, or people making video logs where they exposed themselves emotionally without fearing that people would use this to hurt them. I created my own YouTube channel, firstly to share my thoughts, secondly to work on my public speaking and to try to understand how these people became so good at it. I've spent countless hours on this channel, and from an outside perspective you might think that I've gotten nowhere. But what these hours have given me is so much more than the connection one might have with the community on YouTube, or the feeling of accomplishment one might get once you've finished a video. It is a constant practice in public speaking, even if it is across the internet. It is a constant practice in speech and talk writing, and it is one of the most fun things you can do with your time. It has been a creative outlet for me, and a way for me to express thoughts that I would just never let out otherwise. In doing this, one might have the same experience as one of my idols, Greg Sestero. Greg Sestero was one of the lead actors in a very famous film called The Room. I think most people have heard about it. The Room was made in 2002 and has since the year 2010 been given kind of a cult classic status. Was this because the film was extremely innovative and groundbreaking? One might say that, but the film has been regarded as the worst film ever made. This film is filled with weird acting, odd conversations, and extremely confusing pacing, but it is a laugh riot all the way through. People are loving this movie even 17 years after it came out, and Greg Sestero is still touring the world, hosting viewings of the film and Q&As about his experiences with it. He even wrote a book called The Disaster Artist, that is about his relationship with Tommy Wiseau, the man who wrote the movie and played the lead part. This book is now also a film that you can watch on Netflix if you want to. I went to one of these viewings that he has, that Greg Sestero hosts for The Room in my hometown. And I got to read a few lines from the film together with Greg and a few other attendants. In the film, there is a certain section where there are certain sections where the viewers will see plastic spoons oddly placed in the apartment that the main character lives in. It has become a tradition in these circles that every time you see one of these spoons, you have to yell "spoon" and throw a plastic spoon at the screen. This is quite hilarious in a big crowd, and people go absolutely mad. And when asked about this whole situation, Greg Sestero just said that it is amazing that something that he created could bring so much joy, even though at first it just looked like a terrible movie. And this thing with the spoon has been widely regarded as a sign of appreciation. Today I understand that most of these public people weren't as fearless as I thought, but they understood that you have to push yourself to get somewhere, and to not be ashamed of the things that you have created. If you spend hours upon hours on creating something that you are truly proud of, you should not be afraid to show it. You can never foresee the reaction that your work will get. All you can do is your best. And maybe people won't like it, but maybe they will. Maybe people will give you the feedback you need to make something even better next time around. Or maybe, if you're lucky, people will throw plastic spoons at your work as well. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a really nice day. Bye.